Hey guys, Tony the Soy Sauce Assassin. What is going on? It's Wednesday. My health continued to decline a little bit. My throat is a little bit of itchiness. This morning I woke up. I guess last night I slept with my mouth open, kind of thing. So it's really dry. My throat was really dry. So kind of get horsey a little bit today. But I don't think that's gonna be too much of a problem, because my wife said my voice has a little bit of extra sexiness when it's horsey. So yeah, if that's how my wife think about me, I'm totally fine with that. Today we're gonna smoke this back-to-back Nicaraguan, back-to-back. Only because that was my random draw. Like I just go in there, random draw something, and then that's what it is. So this is what we're gonna smoke today. And today we'll continue to talk about some stuff in the cigar industry, as well as like normal stuff, and why do I post the post about Davidoff, and let's talk about that. So let me just get this on. Relatively good draw. Let's just take it slow and get that done. Let me also get the music started as usual, because without music the background is just my fan voice. Right, so let's do that. But how's everybody doing? I see Joseph, I see Jason, I see Juan, I see Hashimoto. I know Hashimoto meet up with Cigar Mechanic. That's super cool. I never realized how big of a guy Hashimoto is until I saw the picture, because he looks huge, like built, like like he goes to gym every day kind of guy. So pretty cool. But let me light this up. I'm just gonna take this band off. Keep this band on. I start to think that the Wednesday show should be called the One Cigar Wednesday, where like we chat for an entire cigar, and then once it's done, it's done. Okay, that's probably what it's gonna be. One Cigar Wednesday. Okay, so let's talk about first of all Davidoff. What happened? You guys all know that I bought some lighters for you guys with holders for you guys for Thanksgiving. No, Christmas. Yeah, I did. For Christmas drawing, and of that price, two of them were the Davidoff or Saint Dupont lighters. They look like this, and I had bought with the holders for these. Now they shipped without the holders, which is fine because these, we just had to send the holders, right? So I have been calling in and back, try to get them to send it out, and they constantly tell me that they sent it out, and they didn't. And finally today I had it. I literally called them and I was like, dude, how long does it take to ship out 3 holders? How long does it take to ship out 3 holders? That's ridiculous. Like, every time I call, you tell me that you gotta ship out next day. I constantly telling my people that I'm gonna send them to them on the next time I get them. It's been months. And literally finally got him to ship it out at that time. He said 10 minutes, and it was half an hour later that he shipped it out. And then I got a tracking number. Then I told him, I know it's not really your fault, but how happened with this really is not cool for what a big company like yours to do to your clients, right? We expect things to be shipped to us on time, and if something's wrong, it get fixed on time. But this thing, just the 3 holders, probably took me more than 20 calls and 5-6 emails just to get them to send it out, something that they forgot. And now, I wasn't even asking for anything, but at the phone, this is exactly what he told me. He said, I understand how you feel, but at this point, there's nothing I can do for you. I understand how you feel, but at this point, there's nothing I can do for you. And I was like, in my mind, because I already have, if a company tells you this, it means like, we don't want to deal with you. Okay, if any company tell you this, that means we don't want to deal with you. Now at that point, I don't want to talk to them anymore. I was like, hey, I'm just telling you that as a customer, I did not have a good experience from this purchase. I'm not asking for anything. If I asked for anything, I would have told you ahead of time, not at the end after you solve everything, right? So, and he said, well, I'm sorry to hear that, and that's it. And he hung up. And I was, that kind of service shouldn't be with Davidoff. It shouldn't be, because the amount of price that we pay for stuff, and for the same stuff that we can enjoy otherwise, it shouldn't be this messy. It shouldn't be this messy. So, I was very disappointed. I did not like that kind of attitude a little bit, and in that I decided to make a post. Not that most people will care, but I wanted to at least make sure that Davidoff knows that I stopped buying less of their stuff. It's not for no reason. There's always some reason. Because the cigar is just that. You got good cigar, you got bad cigar. And you can pretty much get cigar anywhere. Like if you need to smoke to enjoy some cigar, it doesn't have to be a specific brand. But when it gets to a point where you are very disappointed at a brand, that really just tells you that they didn't do good enough people job. The cigar itself, I choose the cigar, right? So the cigar is not gonna do me wrong because I choose it. But aside from that, it's the people, right? So in cigar industry, it's all about the people. When you have a good people in the industry, you enjoy it. You tend to fall towards that brand. You think that brand is worthy of your money. Davidoff recently hasn't been doing that. Now, I had a good run with Davidoff for a while, and before it was a different store, and then moved to the Davidoff on 6th Ave. Carlos did a good job. Ever since Carlos left, not the same anymore. So it's hard to get good people try to, sell you cigar that they look like they will be, very enthusiastic at what they're doing. When they hear you're missing something, they're like, oh no, let me get it out to you right away, instead of, yeah, I'll send it to you the next time I could send it. No, that's not what I was looking for. Since before Christmas, I already contacted them for that pouch. That's the carry things for it, and they didn't send it out until yesterday or today, literally today. They don't have a lot of customer support. That one number that you call for Davidoff only goes to one person. His name is Leno. No matter which number you call, which time, if they ever pick it up, it will be Leno. There's only one customer service rep. One. Hey, Sherry. Yeah, I started a few minutes early because I thought it was gonna take a lot of time to set this thing up, and today they didn't give me problems. So, I can start early a little bit. So yeah. Davidoff, you disappoint me. Twice. In my face. Now, let's talk about a few things that's happening in the cigar industry. Which is I got a message from Marcus, I think, this morning. And he showed me, hey Andrew, he showed me a public letter, the letter to public from Famous Cigar. I guess Famous Cigar is like what, part of Cigar International, something like that. And wrote a thing about, how he's not going to the PCA. He think the PCA, PCA, I think it's PCA. PCA is against him, against the cigar industry as a whole, and internet and all that stuff, and then he shouldn't be supporting it because all this 50 years he's been supporting it, that he's no longer going to do that. Blah 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 blah. Long story short, is basically that he thinks that PCA didn't do him justice for all the fee that he's paying for it, and now the PCA is trying to raise like he's basically, PCA has been doing what will happen negative for him as internet seller. Now, there is some, to me, all right, this whole story has some justification in it. Hey Kyle, some justification in it because they tried to fight Cigar International, but I think they didn't fight Cigar International because it's a online retailer. There's plenty of online retailers, right? And something like raise the tax and stuff like that doesn't really change anything for the online retailer because the tax is collected by the state, not by the store anyway. It's not costing the store anything, right? The tax is paid to the state, not the store anyway. So I don't think that changes anything. But for him to say that that they were against him because they somehow think that, hey Tim, somehow think that because there is some online retailer is destroying the brick and mortar, he thinks that that concept is wrong because he survived through many competition. But here's the thing though. In terms of famous cigar by itself, I guess there's not a big problem. But when you talk about things like Cigar International, now I have beef with that. Now, you guys already know for a long time I've been talking about this. The name Cigar Bid is the most evil thing for the cigar industry. It's the most evil thing in the cigar industry. Now, it not only destroys brick and mortar, it destroys regular online retailer. Why? Because they're allowing you to set the price, right? To get rid of their overstock so that they can make large enough orders to discount their order even more. I mean, that is how big company destroys small companies, literally. But because they can do that, somehow they became the only one that didn't have to follow any rules. Like the pricing rule, they don't have to follow that anymore. No discount rule, they don't have to follow that anymore. Somehow they just don't have to, right? Somehow they just don't have to, and that also destroys the quality of the cigar because if you gotta keep all that cigars in somewhere, you are looking at a cigar warehouse, like literally warehouse, that is not well managed, right? Just put 1 and 2 together. The amount of cigar they have is probably like the same as a freaking cigar factory, because they have to constantly run those their own stores. I think they have a retail store, and they have to run their cigar bed stuff. There must be crazy amount of cigars there, right? And literally, that means either they're getting rid of a cigar that nobody wants, or they're getting rid of a cigar that's poorly stored, because they had to store it that much, right? And it's not without merit too, because the pricing that they're making the online competition even lower by the moment, right? Online pricing is just all right. If I can buy 5-pack in cigar bed for $5, I kind of expect that I can buy from regular store for $5, right? That's normal. That's normal, right? They are making the online competition even heavier now because online competition is already cutting low. You will less likely, or most people will less likely want to buy cigar from brick and mortars as to replenish their cigar. You'll buy from brick and mortar just to smoke there, sure, but you wouldn't go to your brick and mortar to buy a box of cigar now, because now there's no incentive. It's not any cheaper. In fact, it's more expensive to do that. Why would you do that? So you start to replenish all your cigars online, and you go to brick and mortars less. And when you do, you buy 1 or 2 cigars there. So in a way, they are kind of destroying. The industry by making it more competitive for others. Now, is it good for the consumer? Sure. I mean, you can get cheap cigars, sure. But long term, is that good for the consumer? No. Long term, there's no money in it. Eventually, all the innovative stores that are closing down because there's no money in it. You can't earn money. Why would you do that business, right? There's no money in it, and there's no way to compete with them, so they have to sell it to them. So that company just continues to get bigger, become a monopoly. And the other one, they have no choice. They have no choice. With FDA pushing down, You'll see more and more store closing down because of that. There's no money in there. Why keep doing it? Right? That's a problem. That's a big problem. So, yeah, Famous Cigar has a reason to say that, but at the same time, I feel like it's not without merit, you know. And then for the industry to feel that way, the internet retailer is destroying the business, brick and mortar. It's not without merit. It's true. Exactly. And Amazon is thinking that we're trying to make everything easier for the consumer and better for the consumer. Why are we the evil one? But the truth is, they are destroying the balance. They are destroying balance. So, yep, they are keystone. At least keystone markups. Which means they mark up 100%. Double the price. So if they buy the cigar for $5, they sell it to you for 10. But you had to think about this, okay? It's not unreasonable, right? Most cigars are what, $5 to $6 maybe, and then you get the slightly premium at $10, all right? So at $10, they're only making $5 per stick. $5 per stick. They need to make minimum wage per one person is 3 sticks. So one person walking in the store, and just to pay that person's wage at $15, you need to buy at least 3 sticks for them to make enough money to just pay that one person's labor for 1 hour. You think that's quick money? It's not. And then you have rents to pay, you know, everything that business needs to do to pay, packagings, packing materials, you know, electric bill, utilities, internet, you know, usually music, TVs, and then you have to pay the store too. You know, you're just paying back the material itself is not enough. So marking up 100% is actually less earning than what you think. It's still a small business in a way, unless you're selling thousands and thousands of cigars a day. It's not usually that case. Like, you know, when I go to a cigar shop, I spend about $1,000, and when I spend $1,000 to them, that's a big sell of the day. Okay, not many people go spend $1,000 a day. In that, they only make $500. You'll probably make $500 quicker by opening a Chinese restaurant. Literally, like you sell a few meals, that's a few $100. But cigars, you'll expect somebody to have to come in to buy $1,000 worth of cigar for you to make $500, and that's before your costs, right? Before your costs. So yeah, is Cigar International destroying the industry? I think so. Now, if they're just competing the same way, you know, running discounts, regular discounts, like fair discounts online, and not doing the cigar biz stuff, then I feel like they have a reason to talk about it. It's like, now it's not even food ground, but making people bidding on cigars prices and just really destroy the balance of all the other prices. That's like, you know, that's like me opening an electric store right next to Best Buy, and I say, now everything that they sell in Best Buy, you can come to my store and buy it at the cost that I got it for. Best Buy will go out of business so quickly. I will lose money, or I'll break even, because now I can sell it at whatever. I buy more than them, then I can do whatever price I want. So if you think about it, that's what they're doing. That's literally destroying the industry, and that's no joke. That's just the way it is, right? But yeah, the PCA, I think it is what it is, right? The thing's over. I actually don't think it was necessary to start with. I really don't think it's necessary to start with. I really think that I rather for people to be focused at the client's level than at the retail level. And obviously IPCPR was at the retail level, right? The retail was excited to go and to try to work out deals, special deals on new cigars, and then they can use that show as a showing of new cigars to their clients. Sure, that generates a lot of excitement, but I'm pretty sure you can spend less money doing a store show, like, you know, for example, getting like something like Cigar Mechanic to go to your store to make a party and talk about a new cigar. That will probably be more efficient than doing one of those shows that's really just for people who are in the cigar industry. Yeah, granted, now they open up to regular consumers. I don't think that does anything. Yeah, you're doing regular consumers. Why don't you just do it in the individual stores? You can introduce all those cigars with reps in individual stores, and that will feel much more individualized, personalized than having one of those things that nobody can go, because when they go, they have to pay money to fly there, hotel, food, time. Not that easy. Hey, Matt. So, you know, it's the cigar industry needs to kind of reevaluate what kind of clients they want to have. I mean, what kind of client do they have to have? You know what I'm saying? Brendan, when you are with Brendan, that he just forced you cigar after cigar. Tell us about how your experience is with Brendan, because when I'm with Brendan, it's cigar after cigar. It doesn't end. All right, don't go home. You're just there until you're done with cigars, which is like 5, 6, 8 cigars later. Both me and Michael were like 8 cigars later. Oh, finally the end of the night. Now we can leave. When you meet the reps, I feel like that's much more personal when you're in the smaller place, in a shop that you know you can find that cigar. That's number one. You have to know where you can find the cigar. Going to the show doesn't tell you where you can find the cigar. Going to the store tells you whether or not they gotta carry the cigar, right? Having a party can boost sales, can get people more to know the cigar more, get people to touch it, get people to know it, rather than seeing it and then can't find it. There's no point. There is no point, right? And then when you buying a cigar, if you like something from someone that's reputable, a good rep, they will recommend you something that's similar to that too. Because cigars, not everybody have tried everything. There's no such thing as I have smoked every single cigar and I remember the notes from every single cigar. I can blindfold myself. I can tell exactly which cigar out of the 5,000 cigar variations out there in the catalog. No such thing. No such thing. The only way is to try them one by one, find something similar so you can kind of something to relate to, and having a rap really does that for you. It tells you what is similar, what is not similar. If you like this, maybe you'll try that. Granted, the rap is most likely gonna tell you something that they rap, but that's still knowledge. That's still learning, right? If you like it, you like it. If you don't, it doesn't matter who tell you, you're not gonna like it, right? So it is a problem with the industry that is not paying more attention to their customer, their clients, yet they're paying more attention to the retailer, which I really think is the wrong way to do it. I think the cigar company should pay more attention to their clientele, what kind of demographic they're looking at, the people, cool, and the people that they are hanging out with, and the people that's buying the brand, price range, what kind of cigar they really like. All that stuff matters more than the retailer. Literally, they'll go to the retailers, what you sell most, so we just do more of those. That doesn't do any good. Right? That doesn't do any good. That doesn't do the clients any good. That doesn't do us any good. So I think that they're going the wrong direction. I really think they're going the wrong direction. They need to focus more on the client, the consumers, us, not at the stores. The stores, the retailers, they depend on the customers. Yeah, they can give you some ideas, but the best way to get an idea is to talk to their client, talk to their customer, talk to their people. But they're not doing that. It's not good. I think they should turn around. Whole one 180 or 360 turn around just to, oh no, more like 180, because they don't want to look that same way again. They should look the other way and go, hey, you know what, all of us should spend the money and focus on our customer, what our customer want, and then talk to our customers, make sure that everything is good. You know, if there's a problem, take care of it. Take care of it. And not like just dealing with the retailers, like, hey, your store is not selling well, so let's give you a few more so you can give it away, and turns out they just mark down the price and then sell those too. There's no point. All that is horrible. I think that's, you know, I mean, I know some stores will use those or give to people, and when they make a big purchase or something like that, that makes sense, but they're not focusing on the customer still. Bong smoker is slightly different. I see bong smoker as one of those museum tours. Alright? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Bong smoker is like those museum tours where they have, you go in there, first thing they give you is a goodie bag, so you have something to smoke. When you smoke, they have some places where a few stands where they sell you discounted cigars. Okay, and then they have, well, I let's put that in the end. That's probably the goodie shop at the end, right? And then you walk through their factory. You learn about the making process. You'll see the leaves. You'll listen to a few seminars, and then at the end you sit down, have some drinks, smoke, buy a few more cigars before you leave. That's a museum tour. That's really not a exhibit event. So you can't buy any cigars at the show. The bong smoker, you don't get to buy anything. Because I'm pretty sure you could buy something, no? So at the bong smoker, you cannot buy swag, you cannot buy cigars, nothing. Because I see some people with some loot when they go to the event. So okay. So alright, so that's all free. But still, that's just removing the last part of the gift shop out of it. But it's still exhibit, seminars, teach you about the cigars, which is great, and talk to you and have you smoke it. But it's not like a exhibit meet. It's more like a museum tour kind of thing, no? Because when I go to for example, I went to the Kirin beer factory. It's the same thing. I go there, I get to see every part of making of the beer. I get to, look at the factory. I get to see the raw materials. I get the rep will explain everything to me about the process, answer any questions, and at the end, you sit there, you enjoy as much beer as you possibly can for an hour, and that's pretty much it. That's a museum tour. Like, I'm much prefer to go hang out at a party, like, a friend's party, or just hang out at the shop where there's a rep there and kind of tell us about a cigar or some whatever that's coming out or whatever that's out there, stuff like that. Hey Travis, hey Martin. So even though that is the same, I just think it's a great event. I'm not saying that Bong Smoker is a bad event, okay? Bong Smoker looks like a great event. Everybody who goes praise it and then say that they will go again and again and again. And I plan to go this year. Just I already say that I'm going, so I will be going, so long as I can get a ticket. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just think that because it's outside and it's in the summer, it's gonna kill me. So unfortunately, the cigar industry needs to focus. They lost their focus on the client. Actually not client. They lost their focus on the consumer, but focus on their client instead. Which is, I don't think that's what they should be focusing on. I didn't have a cigar today. I haven't. I didn't get to have a cigar today, so I haven't on smoke two tomorrow. I have to smoke two tomorrow. Lasts about 8 hours. They have DJ booth, drinks, food, giveaways, and its experience. Really excited to go. Gonna be lots of fun. It's a hybrid. You get to experience blue collar part of it while rubbing palms with the big names of the company. The party like you're talking about VIP the night before. I have to smoke cake. So the VIP ticket I heard is pretty hard to get. I will try to get the VIP ticket if I could. Again, remind me when the ticket's on sale, because I can't even remember to buy the football cigar today. I literally is like, I swear today I woke up, I was like, today's gonna be a bad day. I have a feeling today's gonna be a bad day. And then next thing you know, 12:30, oh shit, I forgot to buy the football cigar, and nobody reminded me. and you know, and then another thing that I was very disappointed was that I was watching Sumo wrestling, as you guys know. Yeah, I'm a Sumo fan. What? My mustache is getting thick? No, it's not. I just shaved like 3 days ago. You're one CT, right? What's CT? What's CT? So, basically going back to the sumo wrestling, my favorite sumo wrestler had to basically drop out. He had to drop out. That's why I was kind of disappointed. Like, I watched the thing and Connecticut. Yeah, that's the one I'm going, Connecticut, because I can just drive down and hang out. And in fact, me and Kyle can drive down together. It'll be so much easier. So he had to drop out because injury and had a fever, had an infection altogether. So I don't blame him. You know, if you're not in the best condition, you're not gonna be able to keep your status as Yokozuna. But dropping out is just pretty sad. I'm just very sad about that, because he's my favorite guy. I literally will just wait until he comes up, and the rest I just like listen to it. I won't watch it, but when he's on, I watch it. So that, unfortunately, you know, today is full of bad stuff, like, you know, and then Davidoff issues and all that other stuff just piles up. And then plus I was feeling a little sick, my throat is getting dry. So today wasn't a good day for me, but it is Wednesday. Sumo wrestling, like I said many times before, they have my respect. Now, granted, they kind of destroy their body to do so, but every part of it is respect worthy. You know, it's really quick. Each match lasts about what, minutes? Not even that. You know, they spend more time doing the ritual than actual wrestling. You know, some wrestler will last longer because the two were like very evenly matched. But you know, imagine a 400 or 500 pound person try to do anything. That's pretty hard. And you know, if you ever meet a sumo wrestler, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not easy. They have this aura, and they're nice people. They're nice. Most of them are nice people. All right, most of them are nice people. But like when they are doing it, how old is sumo? How old is sumo? That I actually don't know. I look it up. How old is sumo? It's really old. Sumo wrestling is pre 1185. Pre 1185. There's already paintings that describe sumo. Alright. So pre 1185. Now we're at year 2000. Okay? Alright? So it's really old. It's really old. You know, 2020 minus 1185. Really old, right? So something like 700 something years. So that's really old. Okay, now granted, back in the days, they're actually not that fat. Okay, they're not that fat. You'll see some people that's really fat, but that's to gain the weight so that they can stand on more. A lot of sumo wrestlers lost their weight kind of bit. That instead of gaining physical advantage, they try to add weight so they gain advantage, which is not a good practice. A lot of other sumo wrestlers are just about 300-pound range, or if not lower. They have more muscles. And they still beat the big guys. I can tell you, they will beat the big guys. And whenever they beat the big guy, people get happy. Actually, it's pretty cool. So those guy with a bigger stomach, the droopy boobs, stuff like that. They drink beer. So instead of the regular chanko nabes and diets and sleep, they will chuck beer. They will chuck beer so that they gain that stomach weight. Because you have to be able to grab the belt. When the stomach is big, you can't grab the belt. So it's really, in a way, I almost feel like it's cheating. But I think that the real sumo wrestler doesn't have to have that big of a body. Like a really good sumo wrestler should be somewhat fit to consider as a good athlete, because when they just gain all the weights, there's no skill involved. They're just using their body to push them around. So I enjoy sumo. I watch them. The person that I like to watch, his sumo name. Okay, so all the sumos, they don't use their real name. They use a name that's given to them, and his name is Hakuho. And I think like a couple years ago, he just got his Yokozuna status. So I root for him. He's really good. He's not that big. He recently got a Japanese citizenship. He's naturalized. So pretty good guy. Really tries to sumo. He doesn't try to add more weight. He's by actual skill. Good stuff. But then again, everybody have their own favorite sumo wrestlers, and they root for different ones. I just watched that. Too bad I cannot smoke a cigar in the in the thing. Sumo wrestler has like a lot of pet peeves. Okay, a lot of pet peeves. So they where they wrestling are considered as holy. All right, you don't mess up their thing. You don't step onto their ring. All right, if you're not a wrestler, you're not wrestling. You don't step onto that ring. Unless you're the judge, whatever, you don't ever set your foot onto that ring, because they get super angry. Super angry. And if you see those sumo wrestlers with those rope belts, if you see how long it takes to make that rope belt, you'll respect that belt. Because that belt is, sumo wrestlers make it by hand. They have, like, if you belong to a dojo kind of thing, and all the other lower rank one will make that belt for you. It's a long process to fit that belt on. It's like three long silk pieces rolled into ropes. They're not easy. So it's a tradition I respect. It's a tradition I really like. Granted, I don't really go to watch it there. I don't want to get hit by a futon ever. Now they do throw futons there, so I'm at home. There are matches where I want to throw my futon too, but I'm not there. I don't want to get hit by a futon ever. Huang, if you're looking to buy the standard, not the reservas, then I would think the Cigar King deal is slightly better because they give you those swags. But if you don't care for the swag, I think the discount are better at CD, so it's up to you. It's very traditional. Like I said, sumo wrestler has the same political power as their prime minister. I'm not even kidding. They're in terms of sumo wrestler, when they come out to speak for something that they didn't like about a politician, that politician is screwed. Sumo wrestlers has quite a bit of political power because they're a public figure. The public figure. And they represent a really old tradition. and they destroy their body to do so. They destroy their body to do so. That's very admirable in a way, because there's no way to sumo wrestler. You cannot sumo wrestling when you're 100 pounds. Literally, they don't even have to wrestle you. They just push you. You're out there. You're out there. So getting big, it's a must. It's a must. It is commercialized though. All the clothing and stuff like that. All the signs they hold has brands and stuff like that. But it is a tradition, and I think it's pretty cool that they can keep up with that kind of tradition. You know how many tradition that we still keep since pre 1185. Okay, you think about one tradition that was kept over 700 years. Not even China keeps some of the tradition that's over 700 years. Not. Hey, Fernando. When did you post it? I don't know when you posted. I can check now. I didn't see when you posted. Dun. Dun. No, I didn't see when you posted. But yeah, sumo wrestling. I can talk on and on and on and on about it, but I don't think you guys would be interested in it. Yeah, I don't think you'll be interested in it. So America, I think America right now, it's gotten more political in the past few months than anything else. And it has nothing to do with political but it's more like a government's try to put a lot of government power over a lot of things that affect regular people's life. For one, we all care about is the cigars, the FDA, vaping, and how they got grouped together, and the White House tried to, separate that, and trade deals, that kind of stuff. I just feel like recently the news talk so much about that kind of stuff than anything else. It's not like almost like I don't have to watch the news. If somebody say, "Did you hear what happened?" I can guess either if it's about Trump, it's about FDA, it's about China trade, it's about war. The four things I can just say that. If somebody say, "Did you hear about that?" It's one of those. They signed a deal today, which gets me worried, very worried. All right, why? Now, you guys know that I'm not really pro-China on this thing. I think that the trade war is great. I love the trade war. I think that puts people into equal food grounds, and it's good for something like America, which we're a country of consumers. Okay, we just consume. We don't create. Literally, we consume more than we do. Fernando, I'll go back to that later. I'll go back to the Cigar King thing later. So, I think it's a good thing, but then when they say that when they sign the deal, there's one deal that's signed and the other deal that's signed cannot be disclosed. That got me worried. It's like, oh no, someone is gonna play with that. Now, it's gotta be politicalized. It's gotta ask them to disclose whatever that private deal is, because they signed a private deal that they cannot be disclosed. That's what I heard from the Chinese news. A private deal was signed on top of the public deal about how China had to buy a specific amount of stuff from America, and then they still didn't lose the tariffs, and there was a private deal, some sort of signed, and then didn't have any information on that. That is so that is one of the thing that I'm concerned. Freddy Beans, hello, how you doing? Now I gotta guess, Freddy is a member of the new member of the SSL. Is Freddy Beans? No. But either way, welcome. I would think Freddy Bean is Francisco, but I could be wrong. But yeah, trade deals, in terms of the trade deal in China, I really think that they should be set an ultimatum. Unless you do this and that, we're not gonna do anything. That kind of thing. But then, like, continue to back up on that, and China is continuing that. It's like, hey, if you don't do this with us, we will act like North Korea. It almost feels like that. We'll act like North Korea, cry and cry and cry and cry about it, and eventually will talk to us. It feels like that. It feels like that. I don't know what that is, but hey, I'm good, thank you. So, Freddy, because I don't know your actual name compared to the screen name, so I don't know who you actually is. A lot of these people, they have been coming for a lot, coming for this particular kind of show a lot, so I can kind of recognize who they are because you are relatively new, so I cannot tell who you are. So that's why I try to identify who you are. But I will still refer you as Freddy. Okay. So yeah, China is acting like North Korea, in my opinion, and I remember last time before the show ended, somebody asked me about what I think about Hong Kong, in terms of Hong Kong and China issue. I really don't think that's even an issue. I really don't think that's even an issue. All right, Hong Kong political issue is not an issue. Why? Because it's protesters that give ultimatum to the government, and which I understand. I mean, protests, I respect protests, but the moment they start destroying public train stations, boycott, will occupy places, they are at the wrong at that point. They're at the wrong at that point. Okay. I can't answer that right now. Alright. So, if people ask me where I support the government to arrest all of them for the crime they have done. A crime is a crime. Just deal with that first. Alright? And then sit down on the table and really just talk it out. There's no point to make, common people life miserable. There's no point. There's no point. No point. So, let's go back to Cigar a little bit. Recently, how do I put this into words? It's hard to explain. Recently, the cigar that I've been smoking, I realize I'm smoking a lot of natural leaf cigars rather than the Nicaraguan cigars I like, which tells me that my taste is changing. And I want to ask you guys, as you smoke into, like, when you're working on smoking on this, and then you smoke into it 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, does your taste change for the cigars that you like? Like, did you stop liking a cigar that you used to love so much? I guess that's the right question. Do you stop liking a cigar that you used to love? I'm not saying that do you start liking the cigar that you used to not like, but the other way around. Do you stop liking a cigar that you used to like? Put it in the comment. Hey Harry, I thought the hurricane season was over. It's Mother Nature. You can't fight them. You cannot fight them. When she's angry, she does whatever she wants. It actually had to do with the jet stream. When the jet stream shifts too much, you get weird weather. That's just the way it is. I don't have my lab coat today, so let's not get into the meteorology. But yeah, it's because of that. Now, changing the taste is not my question. My question is, do you became someone that used to like a cigar so much you no longer like? Right? For example, let's say you used to like let's say you used to like this Back2back Nicaraguan cigar. 2 years later, you're like, I don't even smoke that cigar anymore. I just don't like it anymore. That used to be your favorite, but you no longer like it. There we go. That's a good example. Sammy's right. So for that, like I used to like Sweet Jam, now that but then can't stand it anymore. So you're shifting away from flavor cigar, basically, like sweetened tip flavor cigars, that kind of stuff. Because I find that even though my favorite, my go-to daily still haven't changed, but I find that recently I've been picking out a cigar. There is a Francisco. That's why I was wondering, because some people call Francisco Freddy as well. So recently, when I random pull a cigar, I used to get really excited if I pull a Nicaraguan cigar or a darker leaf cigar. But like recently, when I pull a natural leaf, I'm okay with it. I'm like, yeah, okay, let's go smoke that one. Especially what I bought most recently is the Casa Cueva Reserva Natural. I get excited when I pull that one. So I feel like maybe my taste has shifted again. Shifted again. Now, I have been through this one time of shifting because I used to smoke flavor cigars. And I found that to be my biggest mistake of ever starting with the flavor cigar, because I come to expect the cigar flavor to just like that. The moment you smoke it, you should taste coffee. You should taste a lot of coffee, like chemical coffee. You should taste sweetness. You should taste the thing that they labeled for. And at that time, I was actually very disappointed to smoke the Java Mint. Because Java Mint did not have the mint taste. Okay, did not taste like mint at all. So I was very disappointed at that point. And then I started to smoke more and more regular cigars, and when I was able to identify other flavors, I stopped smoking those. And then I realized that I should have smoked regular cigar to start with, because those chemical taste is not what I'm smoking. It's not the cigar. I'm smoking the taste, not the cigar itself. Okay, Travis, good one, good job. So yeah, I realized that was my moment of shift. I realized now I did cigar wrong by smoking the flavor cigar, because now I'm not doing cigar justice. I'm smoking flavors. Almost like instead of smoking a cigar, I'm smoking a vaping pod, because all I wanted was that taste, not the cigar itself. So I started to respect cigar more, and I started to buy less and less of those flavor cigars and go with the actual cigar itself, because now I can taste the notes. I don't have to go with something that's artificial. And in fact, now that I taste artificial, something like artificial sweetness, a sweetened cap, flavors, it actually turns me off a little bit. It's like, that chemical taste I really don't like. And now I think I went through another shift, because after that shift, I really liked Nicaraguan cigars, because they tend to give me that cocoa, espresso flavors that I come to like and respect, and then goes with coffee really well. And now I think I'm shifting to a lighter cigar or natural wrapper, because it goes well with monster drinks. I don't know why. It just does. But did I stop liking Nicaraguan cigar? No, I didn't. I just didn't get as excited as if I draw the winning ticket today. It's just that, I try Nicaraguan cigar. I'm like, I'll look at it. Do I smoke this one today? And I'll look into my humidor to see if there's immediate natural wrapper or Connecticut cigar that I can grab at that moment. I don't know. It's just that feeling is kind of changing again. I have my favorites, but I always changing it up. But I always go back to what I like when I'm in the mood for one of my go-tos. I feel like the most underappreciated cigar is the CL Flathead 660. I think it should be on a top 25 list. Here's the thing. I think the biggest issue about 660 is that it's so heavy. It's full body. Alright, it's so full body. You'll kick your ass. You'll put Martina Maya to sleep. That's how strong it is. Okay, it's a strong cigar, and because it is a strong cigar, even though it's good, less people are going to enjoy that. You know, because more people are in the medium range and between light to medium range to medium range. So when you give them the full body cigars, unless they really take the time on it, it's not something that everybody can enjoy. So this is probably why the flathead series are not on the 25 list, at least for us, you know, because it's not something that you can just go in and enjoy it without some breaking time, you know, to get used to the full body cigar. For example, Tabernacle is such a good cigar, but not many people can smoke that. The Julius Caesar one is really good cigar, super heavy, not enjoyable for normal people either. Well, that's what I'm saying. You need a breaking time. Once you go through with it one time, you know the next time you gotta smoke it, you have to smoke it with some cautiousness. You have to be very careful. Take your time on it and not go crazy at your puffs. You know, really go with the 1 to 2 puff per minute rather than 5 to 6 puff per minute. That kind of thing. You know, there are some people that just have the tolerance. They will smoke through that thing like if it's Connecticut. But, you know, I think most people isn't going to be able to do that. It's not something that's more feasible for them. You know, the concept is great. And the flavor, definitely good. Price, I think is reasonable. So I think it's a good cigar. But the reason that's underappreciated, like any other full body cigar, is because of the strength. I think really is because of strength. Just like Jacob's Leather. If you guys smoked the Jacob's Leather before, you will know that cigar is heavy. That cigar will kick your ass. It's a great cigar, but not many people talk about it either. Does that make sense? You know, when you bring out like something like Tabernacle is a great cigar, people say, yeah, that's a great cigar. Even though they tell you that's a great cigar, but whatever that's on their hand is not Tabernacle because it is a heavy cigar. Meat Lover cigar is definitely a good one too. Another heavy one. The exception is more like Andalusian Bowl. It's a full body cigar, but it's because it's so hard to find. Then, hence why you got supply and demand, and it got more demand. My father-in-law is a cigar smoker, and his birthday is Friday. He only smoked Connecticut. What Davidoff should I buy for him? I mainly smoke darker Davidoff. Well, Davidoff really doesn't make Connecticut cigars. They have natural cigars, which I always recommend. Series R or Signature 2000. Series R, which is more expensive for sure, but Series R are really good. Okay, so I would recommend that. You know, get a whole box of that. It's beautiful. It is pricey, but he'll enjoy it. Compare that to a Signature 2000 or Signature 5000. They are like square box. They don't present that well. So I would recommend the Series R rather than the 2000. But if you think Series R is too expensive, go with the 2000. It's perfect size, smells great. Okay, so it's good. It takes me forever to smoke it. The Jacob's Ladder, that is. Yeah, it is. It takes forever because it's heavy. I'm still looking for a good 30-minute smoke during my lunch break. Any suggestions? I recommended these size before. You can get these small cigars. I don't think they will last 30 minutes. They might last 15-20 minutes, but it's about right, you know. So you can get size like something like these. They have for Liga. They have for many other brands too. This kind of size cigars. That's more like 30-minute cigars. Or get Fumas, Robusto Fumas. They burn so fast you can finish in 30 minutes. Robustos, Fumas, they will do that. Papa Fritas will probably be 30 minutes as well. So if you get something like Last Call, that kind of stuff, they will last about 30 minutes because they're shredded, so they burn fast. They're not full leaf, they're not long leaves, so that would last you about 30 minutes. Here's the thing though. Do you not eat lunch while you are taking your 30-minute break? Do you not? Factory smoke, yeah, one of those. That's what I'm talking about. The Fuma, the bundle cigars, that's not long leaf cigars, full leaf cigars. They will smoke easier. They will burn faster. And thus, they will not last you the typical 30-minute. Now, by 30-minute, you still probably have 2 or 3 fingers left. But at that point, because they're so cheap, they'll be okay to just leave it at 30-minute point. Now, when I say so cheap, I'm not necessarily saying that it's a cheap cigar. I'm just saying that it's a lot more affordable to give up that last 5-minute, 10-minute of smoking. You have an hour break. Okay. So, yeah, give those a try. You'll find that they do very well. Like, when you want a short break cigar, smoke your bundles. And make sure you smoke the bundle that you like. Alright, smoke a bundle that you will like, or smoke a smaller size. Those demi-tasse size, this really tiny size cigars will do you good. But in terms of value and money, then, like, in case you had to run really quickly without fully finish, getting a bundle cigar is the best choice, because now you don't have to worry about that last dollar you didn't smoke. I think Papa Frida is slightly on the more expensive side compared to the bundles. Davidoff Silver and Gold are good short smoke, but here's the problem. Davidoff Gold and Silver used to be my go-tos, but I think they lack the body that this will have. So I recommend these better. But they tend to look like cigarette. But they're good cigars. And they're much, much cheaper. So I feel like the silvers are good cigars for a wrap-up cigar. Like, it doesn't satisfy me for one cigar. I usually will light up one and then continue to light up another. Or light up some other cigars first and finish up with the silver. So, I mean, they're good. It's just that I don't feel like it gives you that satisfaction of that. So all right, so try them all to see which one suits your time better, which one satisfy you better. I mean, the satisfaction is in your mind, whether or not you are satisfied with the feeling of that I just had a great cigar, now I'm ready to go back to work, or did that really worth your half an hour. When it comes to smoking, it's the time that you contribute to yourself. It's the relaxation that you're giving to yourself. So make sure that relaxation is worth. The cigar is worth that relaxation time. Because if it's not worth it, you might as well just stare at the sky and feel happy about life. Just whatever that makes you more relaxed, right? Cigar is not a absolute must for you to enjoy a 30-minute break. But if you get a bad cigar and waste your 30 minutes, that's not a good deal either. Alright, so I hope that answers your question, because again, cigar is personal preference. There's no really bad cigar, good cigar, because there's always somebody buying that cigar, right? Somebody's gonna like that cigar, that's why they continue to produce it. No one's gonna buy a cigar that really absolutely tastes like turd. Right? We might think that it tastes like turd. Some people think that it tastes like gold. So it's personal preference. Try them all, Juan. I can only suggest you that get those bundles, try them, and see which one you like better. And then if that is still too long for you, get a shorter cigar. Get a Papa Frida. They're really tiny. They look funny, like they're like a trumpet look. So let's do some updates on that Cigar King deal. All right, let's talk about that Cigar King deal. Let me just scroll down to that one, so I have bum. Let's go. I'm looking for it. Hold on a second. I'm still scoring to that. AJ Fernandez, the Blind King. Okay, Cigar King deal, because I didn't even read it yet. So the Cigar King deal is for 9 Casa Cueva cigars, okay? Casa Cueva cigars. And it comes with the torch lighter, double blade cutter, and Bovita pack, which I wouldn't even put that as part of the deal because that should be automatically thrown in there anyways. But, and you get free shipping. Now, free shipping is probably the biggest thing, right? If you just want to recover some Casa Cueva cigars. My thing about it is that it comes with 9, but not 9 of your choosing. It's 3 of each kind of their regular standard Casa Cuevas, the Maduros, the Maduro, Habanos, and Connecticut. Okay, so if that's all the cigars that you care for, it's not bad of a deal. I mean, if you want just to kind of get some cigars, that's not a bad deal. But they try to swing the deal with the lighter that you probably don't need, cutter you probably don't need. Then if you calculate that into the price, you much rather have a discount. But you know, if you just care for the cigar, it's still a pretty good price. It's still a pretty good price. Now, Brenda has promised they will talk to you know, different vendors and continue to find Shadow Smokers Legion better deals for us, just for us. So we just have to wait for it. If you really run out of Casa Cuevas and you want to replenish that really quickly, that is a good deal for you to get it. Now, I didn't even look at how much it costs. Let me just take a look at it. Give me 1 second. Let me find that deal. Oh, here you go. Weekly deals, right? That's part of the weekly deal, maybe. I'm still looking at this. When I click on the weekly deal, the whole thing makes me scroll down because it's huge. Huge. Let me just find Casa Cuevas. Okay. That's not the deal. Is this one? Where's this one? Nope. Keep going. Casa Cuevas. Okay, so they have a 35% off Casa Cueva cigar. That's a pretty good deal. 35% off Casa Cueva cigars. So you don't really have to use that, you know. Now let me compare this price just really quickly with CD so I can tell you guys which one is better deal, okay? Magic Toast cigar, some people like it, some people dislike it. Here's the thing about Magic Toast cigar. Itself is probably not bad. Like, to me, I never had a problem with it, but a lot of people find that the build and the draw on it is not consistent. A lot of people got bad ones. That's why some people really disliked it, because they always had a bad one. High draw, hard to smoke, etc. You can get one kind. Just they do have a 35% off deal on just one kind of cigar. All right. So let me compare prices, and I can tell you guys what I think about it. So let's just go with a very normal Maduro, because that's the first one I can click on. Okay. So let me look at the price. Maduro, where are you? Maduro. Okay. 5-pack. Okay. And I gotta be very indifferent about this to tell you guys right now. Looks like the Cigar King had a better deal. Alright, looks like Cigar King had a better deal. Only because I think Cigar King is better stocked. Because I'm just clicking a random one, and Cigars Daily, it looks like they're out of stock again. So I will say Cigar King right now has a better Casa Cuevas deal. Alright, but when the Casa Cuevas Reserva comes out, I can tell, comes back into stock, I can tell you that the Cigars Daily has a better deal for the Reservas. Only because Cigar King do not have any Reservas. Alright, so if you're looking for the Casa Cuevas, I will say go to Cigar King and look for that particular deal. 35% off looks good to me. And let me just randomly click into one to see if I can find that whether or not they have in stock, right? If here we go, I clicked in, no problem, there's stock. I click into a Casa Cuevas Habano Toro 5-pack. It's at $27, and I think that's without that free shipping deal. So let's say $5 shipping, that would be around like $29, right? And let me just click into this one, see if I can find it. Boom. And alright, let's say this. Boom. Boom. Alright, cart. $27 plus 5. Yeah, Cigars Daily is by more expensive by a few dollars. More expensive by like $2 or $3. So it's not a lot if that's all you gotta buy. If you're not gonna buy a lot, then that doesn't really matter, because you're looking at 10% of $10, only $1. You know, taxable. So if you think about that, you know, you're looking at $1 to $2 difference if you're only buying small amount. Let's see how to get free shipping from this thing. Let me continue to search this for you guys, so I know a lot of you are looking for Casa Cuevas. That's why I'm looking for this particular one for you guys. That's not the deal. I don't know where the deal is for that Casa Cueva package. I just can't find it. I just can't find it. No, I cannot find it. But it almost looks like every other deal they have has free shipping. So if you buy a lot, then you gotta get free shipping anyway. But for okay, if you buy this 35% off, not a lot of it, and no free shipping, then you're actually paying more. If you're buying a lot of it from Cigars Daily that comes with free shipping anyway at $70-something, then Cigars Daily is probably cheaper in a way. But I can tell you that Cigars Daily don't have enough stock right at this moment, so you probably won't be able to fill to the amount that you want. So at this point, today, at this moment, I will say go to Cigar King to buy that. But if you're looking to get Casa Cuevas Reservas in a couple of weeks, I would say save it together to buy it together. When the Reserva comes on Cigars Daily, you'll get better discount that way. Does that make sense? So it depends how soon you need it. If you need it right away, then you should definitely get it from Cigar King. If you gotta wait for the Reservas, I would say wait for Cigars Daily, get it together. Okay. You know, at Shadow Smoke Legion, even though I support Cigars Daily, it doesn't mean that we had to always buy from Cigars Daily. I go to wherever gives us best service, best reps, best deals, and really best deal is the key. Like it breaks, it's a deal breaker, right? So we should always look for whatever that suits your need at the best deal. You don't feel like you have to buy from Cigars Daily because there's no point. Like I like to buy from Cigars Daily because I can buy other stuff at the same time while I'm at it. But if I'm just buying one thing, it really just like who have the best deal. All right, Martin, talk to you later. Yeah, if you need more Maduro reserves, you want to wait until it comes in. I'm pretty sure more stock is coming in. Brenda's not on right now, or else I will ask exactly what they ordered. I know they ordered 6 boxes of Reservas. That could be 3 of each. I could be wrong. So, I mean, I have 2 of the natural Reserva smoke, so I can do the grip smoke. Yay. Group smoke, yes. Okay, grip smoke. I was wondering what grip smoke is. Do you do this? Gotta get a grip. So yeah, internal rewards, just keep up with the announcements. As soon as we have it, I will let you guys know. The codes are always being shared. Now, if you're in the group and you find some other codes for some better discounts, go ahead and share it. It doesn't always have to be a code that we use for Shadow Smoke's Legion only. If you find other codes, go ahead and share it in the group so that we can use that. So, and another one is, if you did not see the Yeti cup, Yeti travel mug, Yeti jug tumbler, go to Shadow Smoke's Legion's page and then take a look at that, because that thing looks super sexy. I can see that the cut is slightly better than the previous version. I'm not even kidding. I think the laser cut on the Yeti was a better quality cut than the previous one. Right? It was definitely a better cut than the previous one. In my opinion. That looks like a really nice cut. And in terms of usability, I would say that I think the Yeti is better. I think changing to Yeti cup, Yeti manufacturer is a good choice. They did really nicely. I think the skull part with the teeth part, they made it so that the shadow that we have from the original design really shows up well. The teeth almost look 3D. So if you didn't order from Michael, you're missing out. Okay, you're missing out because that cup looks super sexy. I'm not even kidding. I'm looking at it, I feel like just a lot of depth to it. It looks great. So good job to Michael, even though he's probably not on right now. Okay, and I'm scrolling down and looking at all the other pictures from the group. I don't know why we have things about commandos. Okay, and I don't know why we're talking about the Hugh Hefner rope today. That's not a jacket, that's a rope, by the way. If you don't know, that's a rope. Looking at that makes you want to go to a manufacturer, says, can you make a Shadow Smoker's Legion rope so I can wear it at home? I don't know. It looks good. That's a rope. That's not a jacket, for sure. For sure. Now, as I'm finishing up this cigar, it's coming to at the end of this show, I want to remind anybody that hasn't contributed to the Dream Builders for Bob's. Again, we're running a raffle just for Dream Builders for Shadow Smokers Legion members. If you involve in donation, you'll enter to a raffle drawing. Okay, it's 3 out of 3 prizes. We have Chinese cigar, Davidoff Wagner, and a cooler bag for drawing. So if you haven't entered it, I really suggest you enter it to kind of brighten the odds, right? And helping a good cause, because Bob's family. Why not help? And then he's doing the studio so that we can get better contents and so that he can record better for us. And when we go there, there's some place to hang out. Why not? I think it's a worthy cause. All right, talk to you later, man. Okay, so yeah, if you haven't done that, remember, even if you didn't win anything, you get the satisfaction knowing that studio was built. That studio was built for you guys, with you guys' contributions, and you also get a sticker for that. You definitely get a sticker for that too. If you don't know how that sticker look like, I'm gonna show it to you. Yes, right here. All right. So if you help contribute to the Dream Builder, you'll get a Dream Builder sticker. Now, a sticker doesn't cost a lot of money. All right, but there's only one Bob the Cigar Guy, and when you have the sticker, it reminds you that that building existed because of you. You're part of that, how that building existed, that Studio 2.0, how that existed because of you. So why not contribute to it's just a small amount, $25, $20. That's not that's not a big amount for you to contribute. It's 2 Happy Meals in McDonald's, or 2 meals that, 2 Whopper meals in McDonald's, right? But then that could help for a better cause. I think that's really really good to help out Bob. Now, I try to not sound like a broken record and repeat it, but I think at this point the funding is important so that he doesn't go negative for too long, and I don't want to do that. Do the infomercial again. So you're not gonna see the infomercial today. You're not gonna see the infomercial today, but I really encourage everybody to help, so that Bob can do better and we can all do better. This industry, this family is hard to find. It's hard to find. It's one out of millions of other group. Well, that could be an over exaggeration, but one out of many group that we can call each other family, right? $20 is nothing. Trust me on that. You will feel much better. You will feel much accomplished by helping Bob doing this, so that Bob can continue doing the pass down the good part of it. He can continue do his helping Cigars for Warrior, helping other members, helping industry, helping us to create good contents, that kind of stuff. $20 is nothing. Now, if you guys think that the price is not enticing enough, let me know. I'll throw something else in there. I would love to help. I have no problem helping in turn of this. I think it's a good cause. Okay, I think it's a good cause. Even though you probably like, didn't we just raise money for Bob last year? But I still think that it's a good cause. Bob went out and got everybody a chance to win free tickets for Bomb Smoker. I think that's a pretty good deal. And he always he saved up his swag so that he can do giveaways on the swag. I think that's pretty good too. He's a good guy. I mean, granted that he hasn't been spending a lot of time with the family here. I know he's busy. And then he just said in the Bob and Squatchy story that a new step, a new page in his life has become, right? He's changing his job thing now, so gotta give everybody time to kind of get used to what their new situation is. Like Matia Maya changing his job title or job location. Now he's in the front end, he's not in the back end, but he continues to help. He continues to make it work. He continues to pump out good reviews and stuff like that for your entertainment. So gotta give everybody time. And I know Brendan's definitely working very hard to get us good deals. I feel bad because I'm not there. If I'm there in any shop, I'm the first thing I ask is, can Shadow Smokers Legion get a better deal? That's always what I want to ask. But we haven't got. I'm not there, and in fact, just by thinking about it, I was like, should I go to somewhere to just meet up with you guys and maybe go to the local lounge and talk to them to see if we can get a better deal? I thought about it. I was like, if I'm gonna do another trip in late year, which state should I go to? I'm gonna try to not go to Arizona again this year, because I went twice last year. I'm gonna be fair, it's gotta be another state. That's why I'm going to South Carolina in March. The date is not set yet. I know everybody want to know when so they can go too. That date is not set yet, but I might slip in another one. I don't know which one it's gonna be. Maybe Las Vegas, or maybe California. I don't know. Because I don't have a schedule set for that far yet. I have the clients date kind of set up, but usually after first quarter of the year, then I have to fill in more schedules. So I can't plan that far yet. But when I know, I'll let you guys know whichever one I'm gonna go to. And I really think so. Like Jason said, family health family. We have a great one in this group, and that's what I'm saying. I know money are hard to earn. Everybody's money is hard earned. Nobody's money just falls off from the sky, right? So a lot of time asking for helping on other members, you can do what you can do. But let me also tell you this: Even if you cannot send $20, $1 is better than none. Okay, $1 is better than none. $2 better than none. $3 better than none. Even a penny is better than none. So I think that, you know, if you can contribute 20, that's fine. Send $5. All right, one cigar, $5. All right, $5 is literally not even a cigar shipped, because the shipping will cost you $4 or $5 already. So $5. If you can do 20, do 5. All right. I think that will help. Really, I think Bob will appreciate it a lot, even if it's just $5. Okay. So yeah, that is it for this cigar. And again, I think we should rename the Wednesday to One Cigar Wednesday, where we chat about things from one cigar. Where Saturday I will do 2 hours, but Wednesday, because we have limited amount of members on here, we just do one cigar. All right, one cigar it is. And after this, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go work on some 30-second review videos for your entertainment. Probably one today, one tomorrow, something like that. And yeah, I will see you guys on Facebook, and we'll continue to chat on Facebook. If anything else, you guys know how to find me. Be saucy, be healthy, be really careful about Mother Nature. I know a lot of places is having weird weather. Be very careful. And if you're in the Massachusetts area, you saw the Amber Alert. If you do see a blue Honda Civic driving a little girl, call the cops. Yeah, I did get that Amber Alert earlier today. So yeah, if you're in the Massachusetts area, you saw this, keep eye for a blue Honda Civic carrying an 11-year-old girl. I saw the Amber Alert. Anyways, have a good night, guys. I'll talk to you guys all later. Be saucy.